Now we're going to go right to Presbyterian Hospital where officials are addressing the media.
Police officer was shot today in the line of duty. The latest officer to put his life on the line at great risk to protect the people of Philadelphia. At this very moment, the officer is in surgery and he is in critical condition. By now you know that your mayor is a praying mayor, and I am asking Philadelphia to pray for our officer right now, whatever your faith, and please also pray for all of his family members and loved ones as well. I want to thank the gentleman who represents this district, Councilmember Curtis Jones, Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson. I want to thank them for being by our side as soon as you learned about this. I want us to say a prayer for every doctor, every nurse, every single member of the medical staff here at Penn Presbyterian Medical Center who are caring for our police officer at this very moment. I also want to thank Philadelphia School District Superintendent Dr. Tony Watlington and every school leader who has been a part of this team and working with us on today. This is how we do intergovernmental collaboration, and in this administration, we all show up at times like this together. It's important for me to note for the record that I want members of the community at large, Councilmember Jones, I want residents of your district to know that where the shooting took place right now, we have members of our CCIP Community Crisis Intervention Program team on the ground right now, canvassing those blocks. They're going door to door. They're providing information about supports and resources that are available for residents and community members who may have been impacted by this. I also want to encourage you to residents of the community to call 211 and press option number 2 if you need any additional information about where you can go if you need support. Now, our police commissioner, Bethel, he's going to give you all of the details associated with this in a minute. But I needed Philadelphia to know that earlier today, Commissioner Bethel, Councilmember Jones, members of council, family members of our police, fire, and other emergency and public safety personnel and law enforcement partners, Commissioner, we just gathered Roosevelt Poplar earlier today to honor all of the men and women who have died in the line of duty serving and protecting our city. I mean, literally, I don't know if it was an hour and a half. As soon as the event was over, we received this call. It puts into mind that sometimes it can be too easy to take for granted the sacrifice that the men and women who put their lives on the line on a daily basis for us, that they make every day. They leave their homes in the morning or before their shifts, they kiss their loved ones goodbye, and they never know if they are coming home. There is no devotion to service that is more impactful than what our police officers, our firefighters, and our first responders do for our citizens every day of the year. So on today and tonight and tomorrow, Philadelphia, I'm asking you to say a prayer for this officer and his family, as well as everyone who puts on that uniform to protect and serve Philadelphia. I'm now going to turn it over to our police commissioner, Commissioner Bethel, who is going to give us details about this incident.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor, and again, I thank you for your support of this department. I know all of you have gotten some information, so we'll try to put it all together for you. At around 2:42 p.m., so prior to that, we have school beat officers at Overbrook High School, 58th and Columbia. They are having a number of fights outside of the school. At some point during those fights, they asked for additional officers to respond to assist them with the activities underway. They are making some arrests. At some point, it appears during this incident, an adult is called in who comes into the area, and that person is armed with a weapon. That person appears to have a Ruger 57 that fires rifle rounds. That is a very deadly weapon for us, and a weapon that would penetrate our vest when fired. It appears as during this altercation, the individual appears to have fired the weapon into the ground. It appears at this point the weapon, the cartridge then ricochets and hits my officer under his vest. During this altercation, it appears he is not aware immediately that he's been shot. At some point during the incident, it's recognized that he has been shot, and he's transported here. He is immediately taken up into the OR. He, as the mayor said, indicated, he continues to be in the OR in critical condition. And so we continue to pray for him. That is what we have at this point. That male is in custody. I am extremely proud of the men and women of this department. When I sit there and watch the video and watch what they endured and watch their response to that in the moment, I am proud of these men and women and what they've endured. As the mayor indicated, today we started our day at 9 o'clock this morning with the families of officers, of families who've lost loved ones on this job, both firefighters and police officers. We then would move to the living flame, but we would honor them and talk about them and talk about their sacrifice their loved one made for this department. We would then move to a luncheon where President Poplar and the FOP do a phenomenal job of just really raising those families up and loving them up. I can't tell you how difficult it was for our team to have to leave that space, leave those families there and come here. But it also reminds us of how humbling this work is and how difficult it is and what my men will endure. And so I do want to say to those families who were there at that luncheon,
Yes.
how much we care for them. And I know it was difficult to see us leave, but their support and what they've done for us to keep us afloat is our purpose and our why. And so today reminds us of our why. It reminds us of what our duty is. It reminds us of our service to this community. And so we will continue to move forward in this work as the mayor continues to pray for our officer. He is continuing to be in critical condition. His mother is here. We've been able to meet with him. His brother is here. And we'll continue that process moving forward. So I think at this point we'll stop and see if you have any questions.
Commissioner, could you tell us anything about the officer that was shot?
I'm sorry, yeah, he's a 26-year-old officer. He's very newly minute into the department. He has less than a year on the job, a little over a year on the job. He just was assigned here in March, the middle of March, was just assigned to the 19th District. He was responding, he was working with other officers. He's going through his process of getting assimilated into the 19th District. He responded with other officers when they were engaging the young people while they were fighting.
Did he have a bulletproof vest?
My officer did have his bulletproof vest. As indicated, the bullet went under his vest.
What do you want to just talk about the atmosphere of being called to a fight with a gun as this adult?
Well, listen, we you know, as you know, I oversaw this Office of School Safety for quite some time. And listen, fights after school have been happening since I was a kid, right? But what I never would do is call an adult to my fight. And then when you are an adult, you're the damn adult. Like, you're supposed to know better. You're supposed to be the one who has to come in there to de-escalate, not escalate. And so when you have an adult comes to the with a weapon that could easily kill my officers, I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. And so we constantly are encouraging parents. You know, I mean, it can't just be us. It can't be just Dr. Watland and the school district. It has to be parents who are engaged in this process. But when a 30-year-old man comes to a fight with children, what the hell are they going to do? And then you bring a gun. So you're a coward anyway. You're going to come to the fight, come to fight. But you bring a gun, and then you fire the weapon. Anyone could have been injured. Unfortunately, my officer is the one who's injured in this case. And we're also fortunate that no other individuals were hurt as well.
Was that just a matter of speaking, or was the guy 30 years old?
He's 30 years old.
Did a child and one of the students call the adult?
We were working through that information. Someone called. We're working through who called, but it appears that this person was summoned and told that there was an issue at the school, and this person came to the school to do whatever they did, or we know what they did at this point.
Commissioner, can you speak on how fast everybody reacted at the scene? We can see it in that video in a matter of seconds. They detained somebody, they rushed
Listen, you heard me at the beginning.
Proud of them.
My men and women. See, every time you don't see that stuff. Oftentimes, you folks think that we're just sitting there going through the process, but this is when you get to see the courage that my men and women, the tenacity, the resilience, the understanding in the moment. This is what we do. In the moment, yeah, we're going to take this guy in the cuts. In the moment, we're going to get the gun. And in that moment, we're going to take care of our guy and bring him here to save his life. That is the work that oftentimes gets unspoken. That is the work that people just brush across as if that's something that people do every damn day. This is the work that they do. We honor that work. You know, and I'm proud to be here, standing here, talking about my officer up there and all these officers standing behind me. You know, we give our lives. Today, they talked about the hundreds of officers who've given their lives before us. It's amazing what they do. It's incredible what they do. Honor them. Honor them.
Commissioner, were you able to talk to the officer before he went into surgery?
No, unfortunately, by the time we arrived, and we arrived relatively quickly, and the mayor named it. Listen, I know we drive this hospital crazy when we come to this location, but I'm just so proud of how they take care of all of the individuals, whether it be my police officers or just individuals who were shot and killed in this community, how they treat and service them. By the time I got in there, hell, there was about 15 people around him, you know, making sure that he's going to recover. And I'm just so grateful to the doctors, to the nursing staff, to the administrators for what they do when we do arrive. And the sheer effort. And I know it's not just about cops. They do it each and every day. But to watch them in action, to watch him in there, it's God's work. And it's absolutely incredible.
To clarify, the officer was alert and conscious.
Yes, he was alert and conscious when we arrived.
Some of our colleagues saw some people being handcuffed. Can you just speak to that? Were there other people taken into custody?
I mean, there may have been other individuals. I don't have that information at this time. There may be kids who were arrested as a result of the fighting that was underway. We'll sort that out at some point later today.
Are you able to add any details about the suspect at this time? We're hearing that he's not from Philly, so...
Yeah, we'll give you an update. We'll give you an update as to specifically. We need to go through his full record. Some things may have happened outside the city, so we need to give you a full context of what we're dealing with. We'll be able to follow up with you then.
Did any officers fire their weapons?
No officer fired their weapon.
Your officers showed great restraint by not firing the weapons because one of them gets shot, but you hear them using their tasers at the scene there. Can you talk
I think the taser was unrelated to the gunshot. They're trying to get the situation under control. They're using the tasers as part of that process. Then we know there's a shot fired. There's no return of gunfire because at that point, based on our observations, they don't know where that shot came from. However, we will tell you that some of those young people pointed to where that individual was and was able to redirect us into that space.
That's kind of good because you don't get as much cooperation as you would like.
Well, I don't know if it's cooperation or just he's got a gun and you better get him before he. I mean, but we'll take it at that. We'll see as we sort through this investigation. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, before we go, I just want to, again, when anything like this happens, of course, near a school and or at, in a community at large, we want to reinforce for the community at large that supports are available, and our community crisis intervention program team, they are on the ground right now. I also need you to know that in moments like this, our city solicitor, Renee Garcia, is here. Roosevelt Poplar, who is head of the FOP's union. You heard me mention the district council member, Councilmember Curtis Jones. Emir is here. Every murder is real, and we have you all on the team along with mental and behavioral health and trauma experts to make sure that the services and supports that our residents may need, that they are readily available. The majority leader of the City Council of Philadelphia, Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson, Adam Gear, our public safety director, G. Lamar Stewart was here on site with us from beginning to the DA's office. Our DA is here. But I want you right now, when you hear me talk about our community crisis team being on the ground, it's important to me that the gentleman who, because we were just in this area, Councilmember Jones, you just organized us I don't know if it was 6 weeks ago. Will Smith, you just named Will Smith Way, and we just got him to agree to come back to hang out with us next year, and then this happens. I want you all to hear from Councilmember Curtis Jones Jr.
Foremost, thoughts and prayers, but thank you. Thank you to that officer who chose to be in the 19th, who said, I'm 26. I can relate to young people better than some people older than myself, and chose to be at Overbrook High School. I am a part of public safety. Every Monday morning, we do a roll call with the schools in the area, and we begin to talk about how to get our babies from home to school and back safely. And as we evolved to what public safety meant, we found out it wasn't just student on student. It wasn't just student on faculty. It was misguided parents sometimes that would come up trying to show their child, oh, I love you. Now, I don't know the biology teacher's name, but I'm gonna come up because someone may have said something offensive to you. And when you start to bring grown adults into kids' fights, that's a recipe for trouble. Wow. That's a recipe for trouble. So we need to take a look, and I'm thankful to the school district, we need to take a harder look at what the responsibilities are versus the rights of parents that sometimes are trespassing on schools that bring school beefs into our streets. We gotta take a hard look at that and hold people accountable.
Thank you, Councilmember. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor, and to our police commissioner and my colleague, Councilmember Curtis Jones. On behalf of Philadelphia City Council, we want to extend our thoughts and prayers to our officer in the 19th Police District and our entire Philadelphia Police Department, and especially to our Overbrook community. Prior to being a member of Philadelphia City Council, I served as a math teacher in classroom 205 at Overbrook High School, so this situation is near and dear to my heart, and it really hits home. So we are here simply to offer our prayers and support for our Philadelphia police officer and the entire department in the city of Philadelphia during this time. The prayers of the righteous availeth much.
Thank you. Thank you all so very much for being here with us today. And Commissioner, thank you for affirming that when additional information is readily available, that you will give another update to the press. But thank you all so much for being here. Pray.